Hey everybody, welcome to Myopia Movies. This week we celebrate the 4th of July for the Independence Day's 30th anniversary. A big movie. We did the original when Resurgence came out, which is why you should check out our previous episode to hear what babies we sounded like a decade ago. But in the meantime, thanks for doing all you do, thanks for keeping us relevant, and enjoy a safe drive home after a holiday weekend. Thanks everyone. And welcome to Season 13.
I'm your host, Nick Hoffman, Riffer on Cineprov, and this is the first episode of Season 13, ladies and gentlemen.
Lucky number 13?
Thank you.
I think it's the unluckiest number.
See how many episodes we drop this year. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Nick Hoffman, Riffer on Cineprov, and on panel we've got
Keiko, also Riffer on Cineprov.
Atlanta author Matthew W. Quinn, not a Riffer on Cineprov.
And I'm Emily. I'm happy to be here.
And so we're dusting off an episode that we did years ago when Independence Day Resurgence came out, where we did a double, where we did Independence Day, the original, and we did this as Resurgence. But as it's our 250th anniversary, our quasi-quincentennial,
You mean of our country?
Of our country. That's the 250th anniversary.
Okay.
Of our podcast.
Not the.
I was like, wow.
It feels like we've been here for 200.
You remember that we had a guest named John Jay on the show? And he talked about his treaty, so we decided to do the most patriotic film we could do that doesn't star Mel Gibson. We did a movie filmed by a Dutch guy. And we did Roland Emmerich's Independence Day. Pretty sharp picture. I think this Roland Emmerich guy has a few. Oh, he doesn't have a future.
Well, he did do previous episode 2012, right?
Didn't he also do the previous episode, The Day the Earth Stood Still? Or no, The Day After Tomorrow.
Day After Tomorrow?
Day After Tomorrow, which we also did. I think this is probably his best movie and possibly the only one of his movies that I would willingly watch again. He has just an interesting style, which I'll give him. He also wrote the 1998 Godzilla movie. I think he directed that too.
Didn't he do previous episodes Stargate?
Stargate might be, yes, that's another one of his that I like very much. I'm not going to pretend I hate him. It's
How
just,
much writing is really in a Godzilla movie?
well, the one with Matthew Broderick.
Godzilla said roar. Yeah.
Well, one of
Stop.
You know what? I made a joke, but it's at his expense because he directed the Mel Gibson The Patriot, which does have Malfoy's dad as the villain,
Oh,
as Tarkenton, and Mel Gibson, who's an Australian.
America's Greatest Patriot.
Yeah, has a
Now
lot
Australian.
there's so much blood in that movie. At one point, a guy gets cut in half by a cannonball
You know what we need to watch? We need to watch the Postman.
because I want to be bored for 2.5.
the 3-hour-long one.
I love
A 3 hour.
Yeah, I love it.
boredom.
movies are all 3 hours these days. You guys can do it.
They sure are. I'll tell you
Sucks.
what. Next time we draft the movies, you can
I'll bring
mention
it.
that.
That'll be
Because
my
we did Waterworld, which is
Yeah, I
also
also love
long.
Waterworld. I think
Fist bump.
I just love Kevin Costner.
I love that you two
Can't
were
we do
fighting
Deal
in
with
the
Dreams?
beginning of the last episode, and now you're fist bumping. This is bringing me such
Can we
great
at
joy.
least do a good Costner movie like Field of Dreams or what is it, Dances with Wolves?
Dances with
or-
Wolves, Field
Which
of Dreams,
features Independence
Message in a
Day's Mary
Bottle.
McDonnell.
It does indeed.
White
Um,
Noise.
What?
No, I always get White Noise. That's
That's
Michael,
Michael
Keaton.
Keaton.
Yeah.
Where I mean, by the way, first, that's a future episode because when that fat guy gets crushed by a mountain of TVs,
Yeah.
dude, awesome.
Jeez, spoilers. I'm kidding.
Some people who
My blushes.
only want to watch the movie for that moment are going to be really disappointed now.
I know, right?
Oh, Christ on a cracker. Who's doing the plot synopsis?
Matt.
Oh, I was gonna.
All right. Well, the movie starts out with the Apollo landing site on the moon, and then slowly an ominous shadow falls over it. It turns out we are being visited
Yeah.
by aliens. Cut to a series of character development sequences of varying degrees of interest.
Yep.
and then the smaller but still 200, like a 20-mile wide saucers start butting off the big one and flying in over major cities. And then July 2nd, the iconic antimatter plasma spike comes down and blows up everything. Oh, and there's Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, so this is effectively War of the Worlds. This is War of the Worlds, but like extreme. Which is how I imagine Roland Emmerich finishes, but he's more Dutch.
Oh, jeez, why?
Oh, gee. No, that's how a Midwesterner finishes. Oh,
Ew.
geez, why?
Oh, God.
That's how a Presbyterian finishes.
Just gonna shut up now.
It was predestined.
Yeah.
Hey, so did you guys read any of the UFO files?
Dude, I'm a huge fan. If you have not been to war.gov/UFO, and you can look around the corner here, but it's literally war.gov/UFO.
Yeah,
it's a black header, and it's a gray website with font that makes it look like it's out of the X-Files.
Yeah, it's like somebody like played a late 90s, early 2000s video game and decided to make it our reality.
Okay,
This is awesome.
So, anyone want to take a bet as to what's at the top of that website? It's a President Trump Truth Social post.
No way.
It is, and it ends with "God bless America." It's all caps too.
Oh, it's the one. Is it the one where he says, a lot of people have been very.
I'll see if I can do it in a voice.
Oh, jeez.
No, I'll do it in Schwarzenegger's voice. I'll pick a voice. But
Pick a voice.
based on the tremendous interest shown, I will be directing the Secretary of War
Pause.
and other relevant departments and agencies to begin identifying and releasing government files with extraterrestrial life, identified aerial phenomena, and unidentified flying objects and aliens, or UFOs. And any and all of these information connected to these highly complex but extremely interesting and important matters. God bless America. That's how it ends. And then people with proper font take the directive, which is blah, 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 blah.
Right, do Jeff Goldblum.
So, it's in response to the president, Donald Trump's directive for transparency of government information. Anyway.
Will Smith.
David.
Will Smith. Okay.
Anyway, so we have all these files,
Yeah.
including one which turned out to be a prank from the Germans. Literally, it was from like their version of The Onion, where two guys in hats are holding up an alien.
Yeah.
And like someone like literally like translated this file just like, this is an April Fool's Day prank.
Yeah. There's another one that's a rendering of something that somebody saw, and it's literally like somebody used like what was that free it was like Photoshop.
Oh, sure.
But it was free, but it was like
dude,
GIMP.
GIMP.
It was like somebody
GIMP.
used
Yes, it was
GIMP
GIMP. Thank you.
to make this like little computer generated drawing of like a giant space bean.
Well, and here's the funny thing about all this stupidness.
Where? What is it?
Well, for years, what are called FOIA requests, which are Freedom of Information requests, the CIA and the FBI have been releasing FBI like alien files for years. Like they've been redacted, but like if you go to the FBI's website and Google, like they have a thing where they're like, "What do you want to search for?" UFO, and it will show you the Roswell files and everything, declassified. So this is just extra nonsense, which is funny. But I do like the one I found one where it's just like. It was, like literally the first picture is the scan of a manila folder. And then inside it just says, transcriptions of phone call from 1949 about, quote, flying saucers. And you just imagine a guy with a fedora calling another guy with a fedora saying, "My God, action, Jim, there's flying saucers overhead." He goes, "My goodness, what's going on there?" And he goes, "I don't know, but the cows, they're all dead." And you're just like... Fantastic. I'm so glad Pete Hegseth finished a handle of bourbon and was like, you know what we need? Aliens. And so he did it. Oh, God. And here's the best part. That's the plot point here. oh, the Area 51. I saw it on History Channel when they were talking about nonsense. You should have listened to my boy David. And you're just like, what the fuck is happening in any of this movie? Patriotism is what's happening.
America is happening.
America.
Literally, as Matt said, the first thing we see is the plaque that says, "We came in peace for all mankind." Electric guitar hit. All of a sudden, aliens show up, which is fantastic. I don't know what to tell you. This movie has a Metascore of 56, which means that 44% of the world watched it wrong. I think this movie is just delightful.
I agree. I remember this movie very fondly. I was probably a little too young to watch it.
Question. Does that mean that a part of it scared the hell out of you?
What part?
I had nightmares about
the
alien
alien
when I first saw this.
Like actually the alien?
The scene with David.
Yeah.
Sorry, with Data as the mad scientist.
Oh, when they're dissecting it.
Yeah.
And then it wakes up and then it wraps the thing around his neck and he
Yeah.
goes, "We want you to die," and slams it like it
that was
becomes a
scary.
horror movie, and like it's very effective. Today it is very effective. It is scarier than most of the horror movies we've done on this podcast. And it was good. I remember being at my friend's house. We watched it and like waking up in the middle of the night.
The alien.
Yeah, there's going to be an alien.
That, and I can't believe I was allowed to watch Mars Attack.
For a comedy, that is
Yeah.
very bleak. Where there's just like a head on a dog's body.
Yeah. I watched it too, but I don't really remember that much of it.
You're fine. I mean, I will say Mars Attacks is also a fun kind of romp. Jack Nicholson, the president of the United States, has one of the greatest lines, because what happens is the aliens go to Congress to give a speech. They murder everyone. And he goes, "Now I know Congress has been destroyed, but that means we still have 2 out of 3 branches of government working, and that ain't bad." It's funny. Pierce Brosnan is the scientist. It's funny. Like,
It's good times.
yeah.
Remember when we did used to have multiple branches of government that worked?
Oh. Don't make me sad.
I'm
I would try to
sorry.
comfort Keiko, but she'd bring it out on camera. No. Previous episode.
No.
Yeah. She was crying. I was trying to be nice. She said, "Don't touch me." And it was weird.
It was.
Nor left it in. And it goes, "And now Nick is trying to hold my hand." I'm like, "You're crying on microphone."
I was crying
This
about.
is coming out to literally.
There's no
10,000
crying in myopia.
I was crying about my dead uncle, and Nick tried to like just touch me and
supportive
comfort
like a
me,
friend would.
and I was like, "Now Nick's trying to hold my hand."
Sometimes that makes it worse, though.
And
like,
all
for real.
7 of our audience members were confused.
They were
Brittany.
crying, too.
Oh, Smitty. Okay, so I don't know how you want to introduce this movie. Like many of the Roland Emmerich films and the ones we've done in the past included, this is a movie where there's essentially 3 disparate groups of people who have to come together in the end, right? There's the members of the White House staff. There's Will Smith, his very, very dead friend, and the people on El Toro base. And then there's the great enemy of the state, as I believe at the moment, Randy Quaid, and his group of friends and family. And they all come together at Area 51, which is kind of how you expect this film to go. And so I kind of figure the best way to tackle this is to follow one group until they get to Area 51 and then follow the other groups, because otherwise we cut between them a bunch. So, unless someone has a particular place to start, I think we should start with Will Smith or Jeff Goldblum, because they're the 2 heroes here. But Jeff Goldblum effectively works in at a television studio.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was like, he works in radio waves.
Yeah. I mean, let's be clear for 2 things. First of all, his role doesn't matter. Second of all, Harvey Fierstein is the greatest part of this movie.
Yes.
David! Oh my God, David, I should call my lawyer. No, I shouldn't call my lawyer. I should call my mother.
What all was he in? Because like I was just trying to figure out, like, is it Sex in the City? Was he in Sex in the City?
So Harvey is mostly a Broadway guy, and he's been in a lot of Broadway stuff.
I just knew him, and I was like, how do I know him?
You know him from Mrs. Doubtfire, perhaps?
That's what it is. He's
the
a brother.
person
He's
who
like
makeup.
the
Yeah.
like brother something.
Who helps Robin Williams come up with
Yeah.
the disguise. He's
Okay.
also in Mulan. He's a voice in Mulan. I mean, and he's been in a bunch of stuff. However, I would imagine most people who know him from his Broadway roles. I mean, like, otherwise he's a voice in 1,000 things because he has a very, like, distinct voice.
Yeah.
That he does.
That blown out, like, he's been smoking for a long time, but instead of being an old woman, he's more up here because he's a little bit of a gay man. And Harvey is so good at what he does. David, there's something wrong with the satellites, and if I couldn't have fixed it, why? Like, you think I'm stupid? Is kind of his role.
That
And
almost like dipped into Scarface
I
at the
dig
end.
this close. I
You
was
were
trying
getting this
hard
close.
not to. My voice work ain't great. That's why I'm doing a podcast.
Ah.
Meanwhile, Jeff Goldblum is fresh off being a sex symbol in
He's still dead in the center of being a sex symbol.
Well,
Are
I mean-
you kidding me?
just the thing was, before Jurassic Park, he was like the B movie guy, and now he's just like,
From the moment he stepped onto Earth Girls Are Easy, he was an immediate sex
And then
symbol.
there's the
God,
flaw.
Harvey's
And then there's
a
the
rock and the fly. Like, come on.
God.
Parts of it, yes. Parts of it, no. That movie's a little tricky.
That is.
A little bit.
You gotta watch your horny, otherwise you might be really
You
into
don't-
people from
yeah.
Florida.
Oh, wow.
But anyway,
Wow.
and
moving on.
And he-
Sorry if you're from
and he's the
Florida
one
and
who
you're listening to
detects a alien signal in the satellite system that is counting down.
Yeah, so effectively, whatever this alien craft is doing, we're not exactly sure yet. But there's a looping signal, and as Matt was saying, and the loops are getting shorter and shorter and shorter. And it's as it degrades, we don't know what's happening, but David is detecting it. I'll also mention a scene that they steal directly for X-Files, but there's a great shot where they're in like this listening studio. I think it's called the Arecibo base in Puerto Rico, but it's a giant satellite that they use, I think, in Goldeneye to film, like, listen up above for the Goldeneye satellite. But they detect a repeating signal. There's a thing you can actually support called SETI, the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence. You can download their screensaver, and when your computer's asleep, it'll actually run equations based on satellite signals they've heard. So you can do that. It still exists. You can do it. But they get a signal, and the script actually reflects something that happened in real life called the WOW signal. At Ohio State
Wow.
at Ohio State University, they detected a signal that went off the charts. And it's called the WOW signal because some nerd literally circled it and wrote WOW next to it.
Wow.
Does it sound like wow, 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 wow?
Like what's his face? Owen Wilson.
One time,
Wow.
Yeah, we call
One
it
time-
the Owen Wilson symbol.
one time my
Oh,
husband
wow,
was
hey.
was doing mouthwash before bed.
Doing mouse stuff?
Wait.
Mouthwash. Gargling mouthwash. And he gargles like this and he goes, woo, woo, woo. And I was like, wow, you really love that mouthwash. and he kept going for a second, and then he choked when he realized what I was saying, because it sounded like he was saying, wow, wow, wow.
And you're saying he was surprised when you made it into Cineprov, or?
Yeah, he was shocked.
But yeah, so essentially they detect a signal rather. And then, like Matt said, the signal goes from being this weird thing off the moon, and then all of a sudden it starts to break down into a bunch of different things. And this is about when we get introduced to President Bill Pullman. Bill Pullman is more or less Bill Clinton, but he fought in the Persian Gulf War, right? He's young, he's inexperienced, he asks too many people for advice, and when he spoke at the State of the Union, people thought he was charming, but not exactly good on policy, is what they're saying. And so he's just the problems that we have when we have a young president and not a septuagenarian. But I mean, that's kind of what he got.
And his in is that his ex-wife is his press secretary.
No, Or Jeff Goldblum's ex-wife,
Yes.
not the president's ex-wife. Bill Pullman is, well, I mean, he's let known about these things. We learn most of the information that the military knows through him, effectively. He has a daughter and a wife who is age appropriate, which is a nice thing that Roland Emmerich often does. Age appropriate wife is nice. It is nice. But
I love it. Love them.
Well, I mean, she could have been like a dipsy blonde bombshell type. She's not, because it's Clinton. It's supposed to be a Hillary Clinton
you're right.
type. She's supposed to be very intelligent and on her own independent. And the thing is, because everyone thought he was dumb at the State of the Union, again, a Clinton thing, she's gone to California to rouse the base and defend her husband, which means she has to die. He also has a beautiful, like, little toe-headed daughter, which is introduced in a very cute scene, which is that, the wife calls him, he answers the phone, and he goes, "I don't mean to alarm you, but I'm in bed with a beautiful brunette." And it's the daughter who's asleep. And he goes, "I just hope you didn't let her stay up too late." And then she wakes up and she goes, "Hi, Mommy. We watched Letterman." and this person is traitor, which is funny.
Yeah,
It was cute.
And I will say the one thing that saves this movie, like truly more than anything, is the cast. They are all charming. They all have chemistry. The second Bill Pullman meets Data, you're like, they get it. They get it. And it's the problem that I had with, I believe it was The Day After Tomorrow, when you got John Cusack, who doesn't relate to anyone. Like, he's stiff as a board. But here, even Rip Torn is like fucking throwing punches. It's great. I love it.
I agree. I feel like this movie with a different cast would have just been a total failure.
Yeah.
But because of who they had in it, like, I love any Will Smith movie. I think I could say the same about Bill Pullman. Like, he's just so charming. He's got that, like,
I will say he's got it.
Yeah,
But
he's got it.
It doesn't hurt the fact that they put him here with people who are eating scenery, because he just doesn't do it, right? Like, he's great in Spaceballs because he's stiff as a board, and John Candy is the person he's next to the whole time. And like here, when he's against like Rip Torn's like, and you're just like, and he's down here, you're like, well, someone's got to be level-headed.
Yeah.
Like, it is going to be Bill Pullman with his immaculate hair. I hope he still has that much hair. We will see him this year in Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money. Yeah, it's true. Effectively, Bill Pullman, of course, is the president. So wherever there's going to be something bad that happens, is going to happen to him, because we're told that the aliens are not only using our satellites, but have been watching us for a very long time. So they take down our satellite network to disable us, but also to track us. And they know to take out NORAD. They know to take out Washington, D.C. They know to take out Moscow, because they've been watching us for a long time. And that solves a lot of the plot contrivances that we need.
Yeah, we don't care about all that.
There's enough plot hole issues here that if we wanted to, this movie turns to dust.
I mean, this movie just works better if you just ignore logic.
You can't, yeah.
You got to stop thinking about it. Like, what programming language do you use to create a virus? But all we have to do is think of War of the Worlds, where the aliens are brought down by a virus. We're good to go.
In the 90s, you didn't think about programming languages. You were just like, oh, a computer virus? Okay.
Email attachment.
I just watched Hackers. That's scary.
Yeah.
Tippity tappity, tippity tappity, tippity tappity on his Mac laptop.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's great. And so effectively, Bill Pullman is wherever we need to be. Who else do we need to introduce here? I guess Jeff Goldblum. I started. He works in that.
Guess.
He works at a TV station, but because he's figured out this code, he and his father decide to go to DC because, as Matt said, his ex-wife works at the White House.
But they're still together, right?
They're divorced, and he has just not taken off his ring in 3 years. That's what Judd Hirsch tells us, right? But they still have love there. He goes, love is all you need. John Lennon, very smart man, shot in the back. It's a shame.
I did like that line quite a bit.
Yeah.
And it's Judd Hirsch, the great Judd Hirsch as the dad. So effectively, everyone lives in this scenario because they get out of New York City and they go to DC before the aliens attack.
Just by the skin of their teeth, they get away.
Yeah. When they get to DC, essentially what Goldblum, David Levinson says, I should use names because I'm going to get confused. The problem with Emmerich movies is there's like 50 named characters in this thing. But whatever. We're not even to Brent Spiner yet. He doesn't show up till like the 2 hours in and then saves the movie. But he goes, look, whatever's going to happen is going to happen when this timer gets to 0. So we better get the hell out of here when it does. And we're essentially introduced to this when a plane kind of goes up to the aliens and goes, hey, what's up? We got lights. And the alien shoots the bastard. Yeah. And
not friendly.
It's not friendly. And it's a reference to Close Encounters of the Third Kind, which is a great movie. One of the other reasons I wanted to do this is this year, in honor of everything, Spielberg's coming out with a movie called Disclosure, which is about the aliens, right? Which is about aliens being disclosed. What's up?
When does it come out?
Very soon.
July 4th?
No.
Right. Just feels scary for me.
But I mean, Spielberg loves alien movies.
Do you guys think they're aliens?
Oh, 100%. I don't think we've seen them, but 100%.
You think they're here? Like, do you think they've visited us?
They're not on Earth.
No, not on Earth, but do you think that they've come and, like, do you think it's possible that anything in the UFO files is, like, legitimate sightings of aliens?
So the answer, I will say, is they are 100% UFOs in that they're unidentified. That's what it means. We don't know what it is. Whether it's aliens from a foreign like planet, if it is, I don't think it's got aliens on board. I think they're robots. They're probes like we would send to Mars or something. And I think that there's also things on our own planet we can't fully explain yet.
Like what?
Oh, I mean, there's all sorts of people who have seen animals that shouldn't exist, have stepped into things that appeared somewhere else. And I think that there's honestly, I don't think people are lying. I think there's things we just don't understand. And that doesn't mean aliens. That just means we're not there yet.
What about you guys? Do you believe in aliens?
I mean, I think that if they exist, it's either they're so primitive that there's no way to communicate with them.
They're like us.
Or they're smart enough to know that we're a bunch of dumbasses and stay the fuck away.
It's odds are good they're out there somewhere, but why would they come here and stick things in rednecks' behinds?
Just for shits and giggles.
Fun.
Do you want me to sound pretentious for a second? Or?
Sure. Go ahead.
Or do you have something? Oh, no.
Do I have something?
No, more like, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was just curious. I mean, I'm in line with like what you guys say is that like the odds are that they do exist and we just haven't seen that evidence or had it proven, but
yeah. So there's a guy named Enrico Fermi, one of the guys who worked on the atomic bomb, the first one to have a controlled nuclear explosion, and he was talking to the guy who developed the hydrogen bomb, among others, some probably former Nazis. But they were joking about Roswell and all the UFO sightings, and they had a conjecture, which is, where is everyone? There's billions of planets in our area, and on top of that, there's a whole bunch of other galaxies. So where is everyone? And they came up with this huge thing. It's called the Fermi paradox, which is there's all these people. Where are they? And he said, first, we're unique in the universe, and if that's true, we need to protect ourselves because if life only exists here, that's terrifying. Second, maybe at a certain point in technology, we become untraceable. So there aren't radio waves, like something happens where we become so evolved that we don't need to communicate outwardly. And that's why we haven't found radio waves. Number three, maybe at a certain point, we just develop technology that just destroys ourselves. And at that point, Fermi became anti-nuclear weapon. And so the idea was maybe that there is just an evolutionary point where we just destroy ourselves, which is effectively, tying back to the movie, what this is.
One of my favorite tropes in that kind of vein are exactly those that like technology, is both the savior and the doom. And I feel like that's probably pretty valid.
My stepdad had a theory to take us away from the movie again. My
I
stepdad
was this close.
had a theory when I was a kid that all the evidence of our ancient like civilizations and how they have these like unexplainable references to like giants with big heads and like things that look like rocket ships and like whatever. His theory is that we as humans like grew so great and so terrible and got so technologically advanced that we like tried to restart ourselves from some other place here on Earth to like start over and like do it right. And we're failing.
And what a hell of a job we're doing.
Yeah, we suck.
The second movie explains that the second movie wasn't very good. Explains that the Independence Day aliens have been destroying other alien civilizations. So
this one too.
So it's more explicit in the second movie. They're the great filter. They're the reason why we haven't seen anyone else.
Yeah, I mean, Bill Pullman has a line, which is what I was going to tie together, which is that was another conjecture he came up with. Like, what if aliens are just there to destroy? And that's very American colonization, right? Like, capitalism exists because we keep people poor in order to suck out their resources. Well, the aliens show up here. What do? They're here. As Bill Pullman says, they're locusts. They go from planet to planet and just destroy everyone, take the resources, and move on. And we're next. Like, and then he says, "Nuke the bastards." But like, that's one of the ideas. Anyway, Fermi was a very smart, interesting person, and so I historied you right in the face.
You sure did.
Yeah. But
unsolicited history. Right
unsolicited history. Hey, first of all, I asked for consent first. Can I sign anything?
Yeah, that was great. I knew you were going to go there. That's why I wanted to ask that question.
Well, and again, like, who knows? Maybe E.T. will show up one day. But I imagine my favorite is like, I mean, we're all of the right age where like Fox would have a thing with Jonathan Frakes, like, we're going to watch an alien autopsy and we're going to see whether or not is it real. And you're just like, it's prime time on Fox, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, where's that in the UFO files?
That's the kind of stuff I want to see.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, if anyone can find it, send it to me, because we'll do an episode just watching that Frakes thing. Like,
oh, that's a real thing that you're.
Oh no, I'm 100% referencing.
Yeah, the alien autopsy. Yeah.
Wait,
stuff.
Was he? Was it from when he was doing that show that was like, it wasn't Unsolved Mysteries.
Psi Factor Chronicles of the Paranormal.
It was something like that. But
the way you rattled it off the tongue,
I don't think... Now Shatner has a show called The Unexplained.
Yeah.
And Nimoy had that show
In Search of.
Yeah. So like these things were common with Star Trekkies, but like it was not associated with that, but it was because he was doing that he did it. But like literally it's it plays out like an episode of X-Files where you have this weird camera that's never quite still, and there's this thing that looks like a cartoon gray alien from the book Communion, the Whitley Shriver film, just like, you know, the diamond, like the almond shaped black eyes, and just like, well, better cut into her, and just like, ding, 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 like, which is the scene, by the way.
Is that what it sounds like?
A chainsaw?
Like, what sounds like to cut into an alien?
Oh well, I mean,
is it filled with bells?
Use your lightsaber. You got to use your chainsaw, your medical chainsaw.
Or you could just use.
It was wrapped in cellophane at first. They open it up.
Or you could just use Will Smith's fist.
Oh, dude!
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to Earth. And this thing comes out with all these tentacles. Like it comes out like it's like Slender Man. It's like and he just
no, that's Zoidberg.
Why not Zoidberg? By the way, if you have not seen the Futurama episode where they crash at Roswell, New Mexico, it might be the greatest thing that ever happened on television. It's very funny.
It's really good.
Yeah. We haven't talked about any of this film.
Nope, we sure haven't.
Well, they get out of the White House
just as the explosion is going to
There's a lot of outrunning the fireball in this movie. In this case, Air Force One manages it.
I mean, there's a good, like, 10-15 minutes of explosions,
and the dog gets out despite the fact that whole system just completely just blows up, but the dog narrowly escapes.
Well, good, because if the dog had died, I would have
shut the film off.
Yeah, it would be over.
I think everyone would.
Yeah,
we'd have to improvise the rest of this podcast.
I did really like how the like alien people went to the tops of the buildings and were like begging the aliens. Like, do you guys know the Earth is Ghetto song?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah, Earth is definitely ghetto.
Yeah.
For real.
And so just since we're here, President of the United States, Bill Pullman, President Whitmore, the woman is Mary McDonnell, as you said, who's Sorry,
First Lady?
the First Lady is Marilyn Whitmore. Robert Loggia is there, who's the general. He's the general, the old man,
Okay.
who I believe is the chairman of the Joint Chiefs.
Probably. Because he's definitely a 4-star if you look at his uniform.
But he's not the Secretary of Defense because that's James Rebhorn. Whenever James Rebhorn shows up, you know he's a villain. He's
And
the guy who's the CIA.
that is the equivalent of our Pete Hegseth today.
Yes, he is. But
Oh,
he was
no.
former CIA. He's the one who knew about Area 51 but didn't tell the president.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so that's who we've got. We're told the vice president is killed off screen. Thank God. We don't have any more characters in this movie. Congress is destroyed as well, we're told. But like Matt said, they all get away. Okay, so Jeff Goldblum is with them by this point because he has
Warned
told
them.
Yeah.
Yep.
And apparently the last time he met the president, he wasn't the president yet, and he punches him in the face, which I'd buy you a beer. I'm sorry. Like, it didn't. Even presidents I like. If you punched Obama at one point in a bar fight, I'd be like, I kind of have to buy you a beer. Like,
Do you feel that way about me after having a road rage incident with Bobby Cox?
no, because I like Bob. I'm kidding. Yes, of course I do.
No,
That's-
well, he yelled at
Wow.
me. I didn't yell at
yeah,
him.
because he's Bobby Cox. He got kicked out of so many baseball games. He
And we
missed an
made up
entire
afterwards.
season.
It was fine. It was a misunderstanding. It wasn't like a real road rage incident.
My parents' neighbor lives in Bobby Cox's first house. In fact,
I was just asking if you were going to buy me a beer.
how many beers have I bought you? You've been here a while.
I think we
don't
need
know.
a sympathy beer for this. All of
And
us.
and
I will
his
also say I got threatened by. I didn't get threatened by. I saw the Secret Service for the Bush Girls. So Miami of Ohio, the year's 2004. I was there. I'd met Candace at this point.
3 years before the Simpsons movie came out.
Yeah. George
Just to
W.
really
That's how
set
we
the
tell time
stage.
now.
Yeah, exactly.
George W. Bush had to win Ohio, and the current Speaker of the House, John Boehner, was from Ohio. And he was, in fact, our congressperson there. But he decides to send his daughters to do a campaign tour because he knew he was going to win the area. The area is very conservative. Now, if you don't know, the Bush girls were
They
partiers.
were party girls, right?
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
partiers. I mean, now, they're quiet librarians. They,
Mommies.
Laura,
As opposed to daddies.
Laura, named after her mother, is in fact like one of the founders of the website Libby, the audiobook program.
Yeah.
And that's
Okay.
why when they say Laura recommends, she's the Laura they're
Oh,
recommending.
I didn't know that.
But they went uptown and they went clubbing at the bars in the college town, and the Secret Service, of course, had to follow them. And I knew more than one person who tried to hit on them, and then the Secret Service person put them down. Like, it was all over the news the next
And you
day.
didn't. You just saw them.
No, but we got kicked out because we had fencing practice that night. And the Secret Service were doing a scroll of the buildings, and a bunch of people with swords were stabbing each other. And they're like, you guys got to go.
Oh my goodness.
There's just a guy with aviators, and they're like, they because they didn't even put them in the good gym. They put them in the shitty secondary gym that we could have clubs in.
This is
Oh,
bringing
memory.
back some memories for
Oh,
you.
dude, I have so many memories about things that no one cares about. We're good to go. Anyway,
Have the aliens come and wipe those for you.
Right?
well, we have two
Some
more people.
different Will
Tell us
Smith
about
movies.
Yeah.
Tell us about Will Smith. You haven't led anything yet. Do it. Tell us about how Will Smith gets into this.
Will Smith is just Will Smith. I mean, what is there more to say? He's upset that he could have been at a barbecue, which is probably one of the most American lines in the movie. Not the most, but one of them.
How does he get into the movie? Where are we introduced to him?
Well,
He's bed with his sex.
yeah, he's
his-
he's in bed with his stripper girlfriend.
Yeah, girlfriend. Girlfriend.
Think it sounds like on again, off again. He at least told one of his buddies that he was planning on breaking up, but in the locker room is revealed that
Harry
he has
Connick
a ring.
Jr.
Yeah. I'm sorry. What was that noise?
there's a scene where it looks like Harry Connick Jr. is proposing to him that's played for laughs.
Yes. Okay.
He's got a lot of good lines in this. Harry Connick Jr. is like a mystery to me. Isn't he like a singer? Isn't
is
he
a
like
singer.
he's like an
That is
amazing
true.
singer?
To be fair, though, Will Smith was a singer first too.
Yeah.
He was the Fresh Prince.
He's the Fresh Prince, and he had a.
Yo, Word to your mother.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Could you be any whiter?
Instead of West Philadelphia, he's in West LA.
So Will Smith is a fighter pilot, and he is based at El Toro. We're told, yada yada. We are introduced to Harry Connick Jr., his bestest buddy in the whole wide world, who they call Reverend, I believe.
I think it's Raven.
I think it's Reverend.
There's another character named Reverend. Is another character.
Guy? Okay.
Oh, he's quoting somebody
you're
when
right,
he says
you're
that.
right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We also have their son, who is, I believe, Dylan, played by a guy.
Oh
named
yeah, so I guess we're introduced to him in bed, and he like wakes up, and he's just starting his day. The kid's already outside playing.
Which, yeah. By the way, that kid has been in 2 other movies we have done. You wanna
Fun
take any
trivia
guesses?
facts.
Any guess?
No.
He was
have no idea.
Buckwheat in The Little Rascals that also had President Trump in it.
Oh, Lord.
Remember? He goes, he's the best kid money can buy, right? Which is very different after the Epstein files. But he was a kid who played Buckwheat.
Oh, God.
And he,
Matt is smiling so big right now.
He's got that
you're a
Grinch
mean
smile.
one, Mr. Quinn.
It gives me so much joy.
He was in 48 episodes of Fresh Prince, which is, I'm sure, how Will Smith knows him. Or maybe Will Smith put in a good word. But also, he was in Babe. He was the voice of the dog.
So we just watched the Sheep movie.
Oh,
The
new
Sheep
one.
movie.
With Hugh Jackman.
Yes. Yes. And it was so funny because we saw the movie. It's very sweet. It's the sheep detectives, where they solve the murder of their farmer, and it's kid friendly. Like it's not
Okay.
you know,
Yeah, it's
cute.
scary
I've
or
seen the
anything.
trailer. Yeah,
But it's very
yeah.
sweet, and it reminded both Chris and I very much of Babe, and we were like, we wanted to show the kids Babe. But
Yeah.
as we were leaving the theater,
Julian said he hated it.
no, my mother-in-law was like, "Oh, this has Julia Louis-Dreyfus in it," and
Oh.
I don't know who that was, and I was like, "It's probably the main sheep," and she was like, "And also apparently Hugh Jackman was in it," and he's like,
The human.
"The main human."
The murder they're trying to solve, if I recall the trailer.
In other words, human Jackman.
Yeah, human Jackman.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was like we watched the movie, right? Like we saw it in the theater. Anyway,
Oh my
it's
God,
very
you
good.
cracked the code. My jerk. No. Sorry, my joke used to be that he was huge jacked man, right? Because he was Wolverine. Now that he's not roided out anymore, he's just human Jack.
Yeah, exactly.
Jackman.
Oh, my world is. We are healing as a people. Anyway,
In some ways,
it's okay, Keiko. I won't comfort you.
he reached for me. Just kidding.
Welcome to Myopia. I'm recording with a restraining order now.
Wow.
Okay, so essentially, Will Smith sees the alien. He realizes, our barbecue's been canceled,
So then he just goes to work anyway.
and he tells his wife, and he goes like, "Look, pack up some things, come to the base. It'll be safe at the base." And so she and her son presumably pack up. We don't see it, thank God, because this movie's already 2.5 hours long. But they go up to engage the alien, and essentially, we're told by Adam Baldwin, probably the least of the Baldwin brothers, that
The least distilled of the Baldwins.
also I think the furthest to the extreme of the Baldwins.
Yes.
Yeah. That effectively, like, look, we're gonna go up, we're gonna engage, yada yada, and he goes, and because I'm going to guess his character is supposed to be in love with Will Smith, because this is the weirdest homoerotic
With Harry Connick Jr.
relationship. Harry Connick
He's
Jr.
like got his head resting on his shoulder during their briefing. It's
also
very
more than once
strange.
looks like he's about to go down on Will Smith. But he goes, Will Smith has the line because he's Will Smith, and he's at this point, not Scientology's Will Smith. He just charms Will Smith. And he goes, "You know what? I'm just waiting until we can go up and kick E.T.'s ass." And we're just like, Yeah, fucking go do it. This movie's been going on for an hour at this point.
Do you
Kill
think
some ETs.
that the movie was originally 3 hours, and the reason why Will Smith was hesitant about proposing to his girlfriend was really because of his ongoing closeted romance with Harry Connick Jr.?
So,
This is the tea that I came here for.
yeah, that's exactly right.
That's the 3-hour director's cut, but they thought it was just, too
much for...
too modern for the 90s.
Yeah.
This is Don't Ask, Don't Tell. We're not allowed to talk about any of that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in the prequel just called Hiller, like it's a 3-part Netflix miniseries where he first sees Harry Connick Jr. across the lane jazz singing a version of Rocket.
The mess hall.
I mean, he's jazz singing a version of Rocket Man, and Will Smith realizes, I want to be an astronaut, which he gets rejected from, but then goes to space, and it's a touching moment in this movie. Yeah. And then you realize that Harry Connick Jr., who I met once, it's even weirder than that. Yeah.
Dies at some point.
He does what we call in the industry super explodes, because an alien shoots him in the explosion area. And
there are so many explosions in this movie.
Well, and here's the thing. We haven't talked about Explosion 1 yet, except for Matt mentioning the power beam.
I fast-forwarded through them.
You are non-American.
You don't want that hot JPEG footage of all the explosions?
I'm fine without that.
Animated GIF at one point,
right?
But like truly, I will say though, the greatest moment in cinema history is when Quaid goes, "Hey boys, remember me? I'm back!" and then drives up into the giant space clitoris, and then it explodes. And then it goes, like, it explodes, it finishes, it goes down and crashes into the mountainside, and then they can see it around the world, like, Aboriginal people, like, well, I guess there's just aliens here now. Hooray! In the sequel, there's a bust of him somewhere, like, he has the statue, and it just says, didn't pay taxes on it, I guess. Like, it's just remarkable.
I always forget there's a sequel for this movie, and then somebody brings it up, and I'm like...
Bring it up constantly, because it's like how Jurassic Park is a masterpiece that should never have had a sequel, and then it has 8 of them, and each of them are worse than the last.
Oh, yes.
And we've done so many of them on this delightful program, where it makes me hate
Well,
my life more and more.
what happens is they send up the Marine Corps pilots to fight the Los Angeles ship, and it has energy shields, and all of them die except for Will Smith, who tricks one of them into flying into a canyon at full speed, and that's what is enough kinetic force to break its energy shield. And he then captures the alien by punching it in the face.
Yes. And then he drags it out, and this is where we get the third part. So Randy Quaid is an alcoholic, which he didn't have to research for that role. But he is a crop duster. We're told he's a Vietnam vet.
That's a kind of fart.
It is a kind of fart.
I was like waiting for the line.
Look, I live with
Professional comedian.
I live with 2 little boys, okay?
Yeah.
Types of farts are discussed in depth, and they're in the learning
It's
phase.
like discussing types
They're
of
in the
wine.
learning.
Yeah, they're in the learning phase, like where somebody will fart and they'll be like, "What kind was that?" They have to come up with a new,
I just imagine
Oh my
some
God.
like old 90s like NPR style discussion, like the McLaughlin group, and just like, farts, what are they? Let's listen to. Let's cut to the tape. Oh,
I got in trouble.
Clearly
Silly
ASMR, you know?
Did you guys? Did you ever hear of the poopy list?
What?
what OnlyFans do you subscribe
Poopy list?
to?
No, it was something in middle school, and I got in trouble for having a copy of the poopy list, and it's just a 1-page.
Oh no, I get it. There's a Communist Manifesto. There's the Unabomber's Manifesto. There's the Anarchist Cookbook, and there's the Poopy List. And you chose the Poopy List.
No, it's
Which
just
is probably the most benign of all.
It's
It's
just
just
a-
words you can't say on television in the Poopy List.
well, and that's how it was getting in trouble for it, like, because it was just this list with like an image of a a type of poop and then like a description, and it was like the little ball poops, and it was like rabbit poop, and then like, you know, different types of descriptions of poop, and that's all it was just this 1-page big thing. And the teacher, she saw it and she's like, you can't have this.
Okay,
and trashed it.
in nursing school, we literally had to look at said list.
Yeah, it was informative and educational.
It is educational.
It was
At
just
one point I was home with a cold, and I was flipping a channel, and there was an episode of a show by current Surgeon General Dr. Oz. And he was having women come up, because only women watch this daytime show apparently, because there was no men in the audience. And they would come up on stage, and he would have them take clay and make their poops
Their
in
poop.
clay.
Well, let me tell
And he would be like, "Oh, you're dehydrated, ma'am," and you're just like, "This is television."
and little Ethel is like, "Man, I guess it's got one of these on it right here." Look,
Well,
let me tell you,
Then Janice was just taking fistfuls and throwing them.
when I was in middle
I had a
school,
patient like that once.
we didn't
Don't doubt it.
we didn't
I don't
have
envy your job sometimes.
like
No.
our phone, where in a moment of emergency you could like look up a kind of poopy, you know, like you could today.
I'm sorry. It's an emergency that you have to consult this poopy list.
You might have one.
So there you were on Oregon Trail, and you were like, you have died of cholera, and you're just like, well, what does cholera look like on the poopy list?
It looks like Russell Case getting drunk and dusting the wrong field.
Crop dusting.
Thanks for bringing us back, Matt.
Thank you for that side quest that took us.
And
This side quest brought
and
to you
they
by
end-
ADHD.
and they end up on like a refugee caravan from Los Angeles, and they run into Will Smith. He's like, I flew over a base nearby, and they're like, it's not on the map. Cut to the convoy of them arriving at Area 51.
Well, and just because I know Matt wants to move ahead, I want to mention two things very quickly. First, Russell Case is a Vietnam vet, and that'll come for later. But also, he claims to be abducted by aliens, and everyone in the area knows it. It's the reason he drinks so much. He's emotionally and scarred from it. We were told he was probed. They say he was sexually assaulted, and they think it's hilarious because it's 1996, and you can still make sexual assault jokes. But one way or another, like, his family sees him as an embarrassment, which matters for his heroics at the end. But he is an actual pilot, and he does know these aliens.
It's also proof that you shouldn't underestimate that random person at Denny's. That's kind of weird because they might end up saving the world.
No, they probably have seen aliens before. Like,
I saw
we all can
aliens.
be very intellectual, but that guy eating the moon over my hammy and probably actually has met an alien who probably did give him like advice over who was going to win the Super Bowl. Like, it's probably there. Hi. You had something I interrupted.
I said I saw aliens.
The movie or the aliens?
No, like,
Like
in
actual
real life.
aliens?
I've had a UFO experience.
Tell me yours.
We were driving along, my buddy Mark and I were driving along a road, actually just over there. And then all of a sudden, over the tree line came a very low-flying plane. And we hadn't seen it coming. We hadn't heard it coming. It just appeared. And then by the time we turned around, it was gone to look out the rear window. And it didn't look like a UFO. It looked like just a big old carrier plane, like a C-130. But it appeared. It disappeared. It made no sound until we saw it. And there's an Air Force base not far from here, so we weren't surprised there was a plane. But the fact that we didn't hear it, it appeared over a tree line too low, and then by the time it went past us and we turned around, it was gone. That's what we saw. And him and I saw it. It was gone. That was mine. What about yours? Was he working at Denny's?
No. So I lived a town over from my college. And I would be out, late, like at school, and I would drive home like late at night. So I was driving home late at night one time.
Is this not just about the guy who tried to break into your rental house?
That is not a story I'm going to be putting on the podcast. That is a personal story. So I was driving and I saw like the sky just got really, really bright. Just got so bright everywhere. And it got so bright that I was like, what? And I like leaned, forward to like see what was in front of me. And I'm looking up out of the windshield while I'm driving down this like country road. And then it just got super, super bright and it like flashed. And then I saw a line just go like straight away from the car, like choom, like a white light.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it.
It's
I saw
weird.
something
like
kind of
that.
like that recently, like just walking the dog and saw like a light flashing across the sky like that, just randomly.
You did? It got bright and then
Yes.
did you see it go away?
Yeah.
Well, I saw this one guy at the Buc-ee's that
The Buc-ee's. Which
Oh.
one?
At the Buc-ee's.
I saw this one guy down by the gulping gallon, and I was like, that guy's an
My
alien."
9-year-old was talking about Buc-ee's and he said, he was talking about what might be the biggest store in the world. And he said, I was thinking it might be that one gas station, the Chucky's.
The Chucky's.
I was like the idea of a Chucky's themed gas station.
But like Chucky's, like Chuck E. Cheese, or like Chucky, like the
Chucky.
doll.
Want a beaver?
That's a really good Chucky, Matt.
So
Yeah.
many different jokes, I can't think of just one.
I feel like we all just like kind of, I don't know, malfunctioned.
Matt, can you say I'll put some barbecue on that biscuit, but in Chucky's voice?
Show me on the doll where Chucky touched you.
Well, at this point now, everyone is in Area 51.
Okay, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's
Yeah,
fine.
so-
Let go.
Yeah, essentially, Will Smith is picked up by Quaid, and they all go to Area
And the
51.
alien's alive.
Yeah, it's unconscious, but it's alive.
You said it's been unconscious for 3 hours.
Yeah, and we should mention here that the president had no idea about Area 51, but his Secretary of Defense did. This is like your Casper Weinberger, Dick Cheney, not in the military, corporate guy / CIA guy who is actually in charge of Secretary of Defense. So he knew about Area 51, but he wanted to give the president plausible deniability, which is very much, the movie JFK kind of speak, where we just want the president to not know shit, which, if you haven't seen the interview where Obama talks about that aliens are real, you should watch it. It's interesting.
I mean, it takes him like 5 minutes to get him totally caught up on aliens.
Yeah.
So,
But the whole situation's neat. Like, this is where we have Brent Spiner, who is Data. That's why I kept saying Data earlier. But he gets to act unhinged. I'd like to see him not being Data. Like,
He's very
great as
charismatic.
Data, but he's like a good character actor, and he's just like this long-haired nut who's like lived in Area 51 too long. And what he's saying is like, look, Roswell happened. We got this spaceship. And there were aliens aboard, and they died. And this is one of those. It's not really a plot hole. It's just that the size of the aliens inside the mech suits changes dramatically from shot to shot, because sometimes they're little dudes, and sometimes they're huge-headed dudes, and it don't matter. Don't think about it. You're thinking about it. Don't think about it. Like,
Don't think about
how did you see that?
I saw you thinking, because over your head was that Mac symbol that when it's loading, but it didn't. It's like slowing down.
Yeah.
I hear the AOL dial-up sound.
So she has the AOL dial.
Wait, what does AOL dial-up sound like? Oh, okay, just like a normal, yeah.
And
Okay.
it goes, "Welcome, you've got mail," like that. We did that movie too, where Tom Hanks lends some credibility
And-
to AOL.
And they try to dissect the alien and it wakes up.
And this is like truly a horrifying scene. Like, I don't know if a second unit director directed this or if it was, our guy here, but this scene is horrifying, like in a good way. Like it's intense. It's very much like, because it starts out so controlled. There's nothing, and they do this a couple of times very well, where a scene starts out, everything's going according to plan. Oh no, it's not going according to plan anymore. And we get that, especially with the dog fights, the planes, not actual dogs.
Oh.
Oh. But here we have your run of the mill alien autopsy done 1,000,000 times before, and they're all complaining about the smell like Will Smith did. And then all of a sudden the thing wakes up, and we get this horrifying smash cut, which apparently causes the room to fill with smoke.
So speaking of the thing, It reminded me of The Thing. I
Yes.
recently rewatched the 1980s The Thing. and
Masterpiece.
yeah,
Previous episode.
honestly, one of my favorite movies
Yeah.
ever. But it definitely had that vibe going for it.
Dude, if it was Wilford Brimley coming to life,
Oh my
hey,
God.
goddamn, this alien's got to get
Dude,
cut into.
Wilford Brimley is terrifying in that movie.
First of all, he wins the movie. It's a Kurt Russell. It ain't. The second Wilford Brimley shows up, it ain't Kurt Russell's movie anymore. Because this burly, broad-esque was like, don't worry, I'm going to do delicate surgery on this creature. And it's like, God damn it! It's just, and then it bites his arms off, and everyone screams, and we're just like, what the fuck is happening?
I know.
Previous episode. Watch The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing, which, by the way, at the time, critics hated. Critics are wrong a lot.
Hard to believe. That's
They
seriously
hated
one
The
of my
Shining
favorites.
too. They hated this movie too. This movie sometimes reminds you movies could be good that they thought were bad. Area 51 is where shit goes down. Turns out that the last 24 hours since the alien shows up, everything's gotten exciting because their technology has resurrected the dead ship. This is, of course, an important plot point because it it is.
And Data's like very excited, and somebody's like, just so you know,
The president is
a
like,
lot of
"Remember-
people have died.
About 100 million Americans are dead.
He's just kind of like waffles on that. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm still excited about
It's like,
this.
yes, and.
Right?
Yes, but this is
Yes,
cool. Have you ever seen a UFO fly? The president's like, yes, they killed all of my family. I'm out of charisma. And
Well-
and Brent Spiner's like, aliens.
He promises to show them the hot tamale, but we never actually see a hot tamale. We see an alien body instead, but, you know.
I mean, Jeff Goldblum, who decides to get super drunk, and we should mention here he's an environmentalist, like Lisa Simpson. Stay tuned. But he's like recycling cans while the end of the world is happening. And I don't know if any of you fell down, but the second I saw a Fruitopia vending machine, I nearly shat myself.
Yes.
I was like, what's next? Snapple or Sobe?
Mellow yellow.
Oh my God. Could you imagine a Surge can?
What?
Just askew off camera. But like the whole time he's panicking about the environment. Because he's our Al Gore stand-in. Because if you didn't know, Al Gore was the vice president at the time. Now there's an inconvenient truth about this movie, which the plot falls apart at this point. So the whole thing is he decides to start destroying stuff. He gets roaring drunk, and he realizes. His dad shows up and he goes, now, David, you've got to get off the cold ground. You're going to catch a cold. And this is where, once again, we're reminded that this is the War of the Worlds, where the aliens are defeated by a cold. And he goes, a cold. My God, Dad, you are a genius. What did you say? He goes, no, you're a cold. You're going to get a cold. And he goes, a cold. Now I'm going to give the spaceship a cold. And he's wearing, because it's 1996, an unbuttoned fleece, like flannel shirt and a white, and like a tank top underneath. And he looks like the $2.5 million that they paid him to do this movie, because he looks sextacular here. And he's like, officer, do you have a gun? And he goes, you know I'm going to have a gun. And he goes, shoot that Coca-Cola branded product from the spaceship. And he can't do it because of the thing. And then he gives the spaceship a cold.
It's like an email attachment from
Yeah.
Nigerian Prince.
Yeah. And then
Floppy drive.
Yeah.
And then at this point, the Secretary of Defense is like,
Whatever.
now I have told you that we knew about these aliens, but this plan is crazy. This cockamamie shit.
Well, and he's also
Your
like,
virus.
oh, how do we give it the virus? And he's like, oh, simple. We just have to drive this spaceship up to the mothership and dock to it and insert it in. And he's like, yeah.
Keep talking about penetrating. I'm helping.
I didn't
Play my
say penetrate. I
saxophone.
said insert.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I know. I know.
No. Just because
I
you're
have
putting
2
your-
children, okay?
Just because you're sticking something into a mother doesn't mean you're doing anything good.
Okay.
I should do Careless Whisper.
And so
Traces
they
the bread.
they end up
I'm singing in this episode, man.
so they
My how
so
the
Will
turntables-
Smith and Jeff Goldblum take the captured fighter to the mothership in orbit just when the nearest alien mega ship starts heading for Area 51.
Okay, so I'm going to stop you for 2 seconds. First, you're right, but we got to talk about the scenes that we mentioned before, but we didn't really talk about. At the end of the autopsy scene, they wrap the cord around Brent Spiner's neck, and everyone comes downstairs because this happens while the president and everyone is in Area 51. And we had this interaction between the president, his staff, and Brent Spiner, who is now controlled by the alien. And essentially, like, this is a masterpiece in horror. Like, it's truly remarkable that this scene came out of this movie. And it's not that I don't like this movie. It's just a different scene from a different movie.
Yeah.
But he goes, we want you to die. Like, that scene is like, what can we do? We need to broker a peace. We need to negotiate. What can we do? He goes, we want you to die. And it's breathy. It's horrifying. And then the thing is, we're told these aliens don't have voice boxes, so they communicate, we assume, telepathically. And in the surgery room before the attack, like, Spiner starts twitching, and then he grabs his head and he starts screaming, which is also amazing horror. And then the president grabs the ground with whatever charisma he has left, which is not much. It's Bill Pullman. And he goes, and Adam Baldwin goes, is this glass bullet? And he goes, yes, sir. And he just blows the shit away of this alien, which is great. They shoot an alien. And of the things in this life, shooting an alien's probably at the top of Adam Baldwin's list. Also a Mexican, because that guy's a racist.
So,
But go ahead.
two American things happen just back to back. The fact that he asks if it's bulletproof and it's not. And then they, riddle the alien's body full of bullets. And then when he goes, nuke 'em, nuke the bastards.
Yeah.
I literally had a column as I was writing notes about, what I wanted to talk about with this film. And there was a column for America. And that ended up in the America.
Well, because again, like, this president is very put together. It's very 1990s. His hair gets tousled at this point, but he goes, I read their thoughts. They're like locusts. They go from planet to planet and destroy it. I'm not looking at notes. Like, I just remember this. And he goes, and like she said, nuke them, nuke the bastards. Because he was reluctant, because nuking them on our soil means you're killing Americans. Right? Mm-hmm. So we get a scene which is really cool, I think. We have the stealth fighter that's flying in. The president has to issue the orders to send a nuke that goes back to Truman. And he's almost reluctant to do it. And Loggia goes, you do it now or we don't do it. They launch the nuke. We see the nuke go off, and it does nothing. And I remember watching this the first time, your heart drops. You're like, we got nothing else, because we're told that a nuke is the thing, right? A nuclear weapon is the punctuation mark at the end of a paragraph. And it does nothing. And that is a cool moment for the movie, because it tells us we've got to figure some shit out. And in your classic 1950s sci-fi movie, the way these things work, the alien comes to Earth, and it's actually secretly a communist, right? But it's the strong-jawed American guy, the white guy, with the nice haircut that's exactly perfect, who says, don't worry, we can figure it out, right? And they use some sort of trick to figure it out. It's Star Trek, it's whatever. And so the CIA guy, who's now the Sec of Defense, the SecDef, tries the thing and it doesn't work. And so now we need the smart guy to show up. Jeff Goldblum, who's much sexier than the Secretary. The Secretary.
What?
The Secretary?
The Secretary of Defense.
What? Sorry, he just said that
Secretary of War.
because you were thinking about
no,
Jeff
no.
Goldblum.
I was. Sometimes I just think about Jeff Goldblum. I don't know what to tell you.
Like you do.
Da, 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 da. Chaos.
Are we an ASMR podcast now?
I mean,
This week on Myopia Movies, we're talking about Independence Day.
Okay.
You'll use
Well,
this mic. You're gonna spray it with Lysol.
oh my lord.
I don't think I could do ASMR.
No.
What,
I'd
you don't
laugh
think you're
too much.
subtle?
No, I think I would be annoying.
I think I would just laugh too
I would be like,
Put your penis away.
What? Excuse me.
What do you think ASMR is for?
I mean,
don't touch me. Ooh, I could do angry ASMR. Put that down. Stop it.
Your lady bits need to go away. Stop it. This isn't okay.
Put your phone away.
Why did you download a podcast?
Why am I here?
Tell you to stop doing stuff.
Why are we even here?
Welcome to Earth.
I just noticed that my Fiji water bottle says Earth's finest water.
Welcome to Earth.
How dare you?
Today is our Independence
How
Day.
dare you? Just have the finest water to yourself.
Okay. So good luck mixing that, Nor. So around here, we decide that we're going to do the plan. He fires the Secretary of Defense because he wanted to be called the Secretary of War, and that's stupid. And the whole thing being strung together is we're going to fly this spaceship, which apparently can fly because the other ships have shown up.
because spaceship.
Because magic. Because this movie has no interior logic.
Well, they did establish that the aliens are quite similar to humans, except that they
Right.
look like aliens. So, like,
Well,
it makes
except-
sense that it's
Well, and except for the metal suits. If you can get around the
Yeah.
metal suits, they're
and so hand controls and like visual control, like
oxygen apparently.
they breathe oxygen. It makes sense. All right, don't question it. All right,
No.
they can fly an alien spaceship.
This movie does a really good job of it's the same thing as something like Back to the Future
Tells you
or Jurassic
enough.
Park.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, this is how time travel works. This is how cloning works.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. That's not the point of this movie.
Right.
If you're writing sci-fi or fantasy and you spend a chapter and a half explaining shit, people don't care. You just gotta be Dono DNA and show a little cartoon where John Hammond goes like, well, because the reason Jurassic Park works is that scene where Sam Neill stands up and sees the Brachiosaurus and goes, like, is wordless, and he literally turns Laura Dern's head and says, "Look at the goddamn dinosaur," and Jeff Goldblum says, "That son of a bitch did it." That's it.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to explain anything else. If there's wonder in that world, and this movie does that, where we see aliens and people literally stand on top of the Tower Records building and like, "E.T., take me," and blows the shit out of them. Like,
I feel like I want to remember that this movie does that well, because sometimes we do a movie that doesn't explain their, like, whatever their lore well, and it just falls apart, like Doom, you know.
Well-
and I'm like, it doesn't work in that, and I spend a lot of time thinking about the ones that don't work, and I like to remember and like
good times.
notice and pay attention and be very thankful for the ones where it really does work. And this one is one where they tell you just enough.
It's junk food. Like, honestly, and if you just look at it like that,
Yeah.
you shut off the logical part of your brain and
Well,
you're just
but
here for a good time.
It's not
great.
always true though, because like Doom is a good example where they tell you stuff, but like they tell you a lot about stuff you don't care about, and then they tell you nothing about stuff that you need to know about to care. And it's like this there is a balance and an art to it. I just haven't like figured out exactly what that is. Nick probably knows,
No,
but-
you're right.
but it's got whatever that is.
I mean, you're saying it better than I could. I'm thinking of examples just to flesh out your point. And I gave a couple, but like, think of something like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yeah.
The entire time we're along with a character who has no idea what the fuck's going on. And it eventually has to be explained because what it's doing is making fun of bad sci-fi, where like Zaphoid Brebelbrox is like, the hell, how do you not know about this? And he's like, still in a bathrobe asking for a cup of tea because the world is insane and he's just a dude.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing with Back to the Future. The one person who should know how time travel works, Doc Brown, is left at the other end of the movie. Like, the guy who doesn't get it, Marty, he's the only one there. So we know that it's not about science. We know the movie is about him trying to bang his mom. Like, and then white people invent rock and roll so black people can't. Like, that's what this movie is about. My favorite movie of all time, of course. That's what it's about. And here, like, the fact of the matter is the aliens are unknowable. That makes them scarier.
Yeah.
Right? Like, they are.
It's like Signs.
It is.
Yeah.
And it even has the one scene where all of a sudden we see them for a second, and that's the most horrifying thing of all.
Yeah.
Their suits, which is very Predator-esque, is weird and polished, and credit to this movie, it's a real thing in a real suit. There's no CGI in that part.
I absolutely love when movies go the extra mile and they have the practical effects, because exactly when we're sitting here and we're reviewing these movies years later, it holds up.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
Yep.
Light is hitting a thing. And so when we're reacting to it in the sci-fi alien autopsy scene, there's a light hitting an object. So it looks good because, and again, I watched this on my massive TV. You can tell when it stops being that.
Never mind.
And-
I was going to make a joke.
And
Well, now I'm intrigued.
yeah, you want to see the massive what now?
I was just going to say, so big. Do it. Okay,
I'm
just go on.
compensating for a small piece.
It's a big TV. It is a big
But
TV.
no, but like when all of a sudden the spacecraft can kind of hover, that don't look great no more. Because there's a model there, and they just make the camera go woogity.
The cameraman, they had to tell him to stop making that noise.
Right? That would be me. This is why, like, I'm not in, film or anything like that, because I would be that person. That'd be
I would
like,
be
"Please
the
stop."
worst ninja, because I would just giggle the whole time. And they'd be like, oh, here comes that stupid giggling ninja.
You're like, these are the greatest shoes I've ever had. And you're just like,
My shoes are quiet.
your shoes
it's
are
me.
quiet and they're flat on the
I'm
bottom.
there.
They're
Yeah,
your shoes.
they are.
I'm the problem. It's me.
Yeah, I just giggle when I'm being sneaky.
There's just some dude in like a security like setup. He's looking at the monitors. He's like, is that Shadow humming its own theme song?
I'm like, do, 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 do.
And you're like, do, 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 do. And are we almost breaking a copyright by listening to this theme song? I mean, then you break their necks because you're a ninja, silent as the wind. But you did accidentally violate a copyright by humming the theme song. The ninjas, they're the worst. But lawyers, they're even worser. I'm helping. So, at this point, we've been talking about this movie half as long as the movie. We could go for so much longer.
I think we can also
Welcome
stop.
to Earth.
We could, yeah. Right.
Okay. So the first lady shows up at Area 51. She dead.
She gone.
She gone. Will Smith, his girlfriend shows up at Area 51. I do like when Judd Hirsch is leading people in prayer, and he's doing the Shema, and he goes, the former Secretary of Defense sits down and he goes, "Oh, I'm not Jewish." He goes, "Nobody's perfect," and he says,
I love that.
That's good. It's tight. It's natural. Judd is the best. But the whole mission now, as we said before, is to fly to the mothership, give it a virus because, as Will Smith said, I can fly anything. And as Jeff Goldblum says, a virus will make everything sick. They used our satellites to bring down our defenses. We will use the same system to bring down their defenses. And as Adam Baldwin with his gun proved, the Coke can, delicious Coca-Cola Classic. If you're not drinking it, you're not
Shoot it.
American.
Oh.
Oh. mean,
Either one
No,
works.
nuke them. Nuke the bastards.
I mean, this came out the same year as the
Yeah.
'96 Olympics. Like, I can't convince my wife that the song "The Power of the Dream" was everywhere, but God, I heard that song 1,000 times. And then they blew up Centennial Olympic
Can you
Park.
sing it?
Realize the power of the dream. It was Babs. It was Barbara Streisand. We got a Canadian to sing a song.
This is
Yeah.
a very musical podcast for talking about movies.
This one is
and a lot of
more
them are-
musical than normal, I will say.
Well, and like we're not reviewing musicals, like so.
We will this year. We have a whole month of.
Yeah, we're doing the musical
Oh,
month.
that's
We're doing
awesome! Yay!
Come on, babe, we're gonna paint
We're
the
doing Chicago.
town and all that.
I think we're doing Repo, the genetic opera.
Well, because we wanted Charlie back on.
Yeah, I'm trying to get Charlie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Trying to lure him on with musicals.
Anyway, I mean, let's end this picture. I'm sorry you fast forwarded through the best parts of the movie.
The explosions?
You're the opposite of Donald Trump, which will make you happy. But like, apparently, he would have his kids fast forward through action movies until they got to the action
Oh,
part.
well, I wouldn't normally do it. It's just that I watched both movies today.
Yeah.
And I actually had to finish the last 30 minutes of the movie while I was here at your house. So
I mean, it is a classic Keiko
I was-
move.
I was cramming this one.
cramming for the final. It's
Yeah.
okay. We've all been
But I
there.
did it.
Hello, this is Myopia ASMR, and today Keiko's cramming.
Excuse me.
Oh. This movie was so bad, and I'm fitting so much into me so quickly.
Ew.
What is happening?
You're talking about cramming.
Like for a test, Nick.
Next.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Please end it. Please end it now.
Okay, so they fly up to the mothership, and we're taken through what's actually a pretty cool visual.
I fast forwarded.
Okay, so I'll talk to and
Ruthless.
Matt, who actually watched this, but like, I think the inside of the ship is pretty cool.
It does. It
cool.
does look cool.
And like they fly over this thing that's just kind of a platform, and there's a whole bunch of dots that look up at us, and he's like, "That's an invasion. Like they're planning the invasion. Like this is the end game."
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Scary.
Thanos has like all 6 of the Tupperware. I forget how that movie goes.
Thanos has all the Tupperware.
Oh my God, he's gonna recreate Thanksgiving. He's got the moon over my hammy. He's got the All-Star Special at Waffle House.
It's even
you know?
weirder because I haven't seen the movies. So
I know.
I'm just
me
like,
neither. That's why I'm like, all right, he's got the Tupperware.
whatever. I don't know.
All right.
Marvel movies have really jumped the shark.
I mean, yeah.
They have, even without me watching
They're
them.
making Robert Downey Jr. back as Doctor Doom.
He's going to be a bad guy, but not Iron Man. We don't need to get into that, but okay.
I'm not going to watch that.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Anyway, so what they do is they end up in the docking station, and they close the shutters because that's what they want to do. This week on my movie, we go to a docking station. Anyway,
I feel like docking is a stretch.
no, docking is what Mormons do instead of having sex because you can't have sex till marriage. You're looking
That's
at me like
that's
I'm
an
crazy.
actual thing.
I believe so. No, sorry, that's called soaking. You're looking at me like
What's
I'm
the-
the Christian. Right? It is
Yeah, no,
soaking.
you're right.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Docking is what they did in Apollo 13. Not in a gay way.
What's the one where
back,
No one can see your fingers except for me, unwillingly.
Penis to penis?
penis
What?
to penis,
That is docking, yes.
foreskin?
Over each other?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that it?
That is
Oh my
docking.
gosh, I know a term.
I wasn't going to use that on the microphone.
That was a forehead slap.
All right. Anyway, we've docked.
And we're back. Thanks, ladies and gentlemen. So the alien has grabbed the head of the spacecraft and is holding it firmly. And they're like, don't worry, we can close the shutters to protect us. And then they're trying to escape because they've inserted the virus into the thing.
Yeah.
After being clamped firmly, they've given it a virus. And docking.
Why are you saying that like a threat?
This week I'm on but the basic here is that the idea was they were supposed to give the computer a virus. Then they have on board a nuke of some sort. And then they have essentially the nuke has a timer for, I think, 30 seconds to fly away. Simple. Problem is, in order to reset the vessel, and again, the movie is great because it doesn't explain any of this shit.
Yeah.
The spaceship has a place to go. It's been missing for 60 years. It shouldn't have a place to go. But it do. And guess what? We don't question it because there's a charming scene between Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum. Will Smith tries to fly the plane. He does it wrong. And he goes, oops. And he crashes and he goes, Jeff Goldblum's like, oops. What's oops? Oops. I'm Nebuchadnezzar and Jewish. And he goes, oops. And he goes, he flips it upside down. He goes, yes, do it again this time, but without the oops. And they make it up there. They do the thing, and he gets into space because he wanted to be an astronaut. He didn't get to be an astronaut because he was, I guess, a black guy. I don't know. There's subtext there that I'm sure mattered, but Roland Emmerich cut it for time. Like
Maybe
you said,
he has a fainting disorder.
in the prequel, just called Hiller.
Right?
His ears are too big. I don't know.
Blood distribution.
They listened to his first album and they're like, nah, you can never be an astronaut.
Right?
And by the way, I consider this movie's strength, but also its weakness that there's not a Will Smith song like Wild Wild West.
Or Welcome to Miami.
Yeah.
Welcome to
But
Earth.
for a while there, but he also did Men in Black. For a while, he did a bunch of, like, Independence Day, yo! And then you're just like, aliens and shit. When I stroll into the aliens and shit.
Is that a store? Is it like a clothing store?
Aliens.
Welcome to aliens and shit.
We got aliens and we got shit. You take your pick.
Those
have
are the
books.
lyrics.
We have books by J. Allen Hynek and Men in Black 1, Men in Black 2, Men in Black International. The third one, nah, we left that one alone. Would you like to play that video game, Area 51, from the arcade? Couldn't afford that, but you can also get... I'm out of
You okay? I think Nick.exe stopped working.
my chair made a noise. Help, I need an adult.
There are none here.
So they
Are there daddies?
they get the. We haven't talked about daddies on this episode, so it's going to be very confusing.
The poor viewers are going to be like, why are we talking about daddies?
Nor will edit out anything at this point. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Tell Savannah I said hey. I married them.
No, I know.
Wait, you
I was
married
just-
both of them?
He married them.
I was their certificate.
It's a joke.
Yeah.
It's comedy.
Be funny.
I thought you were going to ASMR him. All right, thank you.
Why are you encouraging?
Yeah, so
like
I mean, at this point, the nuke goes off. We fly home. The whole point of the nuke, though, is not only to destroy the mothership, which it do,
That'd do.
but it's supposed to bring down the armor. The shields of the other spacecraft, and it does. And so now all of a sudden we have this fight. And what's cool is we get this scene from around the world where the British are apparently in Iraq, and the British and Iraqis are like, well, bloody jingo jango, the Yanks have some sort of plan here on the old Morse code, don't they? We're just like, all right.
Again, just another win for the America column here.
But like the idea is like the Brit is there and he looks like Ruck, the friend of. This is gonna all get cut. Anyway, regardless, but the British guy is just like, I don't speak Iraqi, and the guy's like, it says that the Americans have a plan. It was supposed to attack, and there everyone's like. And then there's this Russian guy smoking a lone cigarette, and he's like, my God, the Americans. And it's dark out, and he's wearing like stripes, and they're all sitting around like a telegraph machine reading English. And he's like, don't worry, the Americans have it. And I will tell you, 1996, Boris Yeltsin's Russia, they weren't that happy that the Americans were talking. We rigged the election so Yeltsin would win. He was not popular, which is why, ironically, 20 years later, they rigged our election.
Aww.
We're just friends. Friends prank our
That's
friends.
what friends are
Just a little pranky prank.
Just a little prank.
Just a little.
we pranked
Just a
you.
silly whoopsie.
Yeah. But then, like, the idea is we are now flying up. And, Keiko, would you like to dramatically read what the president says? Or
Sure. Wait, sure.
Well, you want me to read what he says?
do
You have to
want
remind me.
I don't know how to read.
I am functionally illiterate.
I don't know that I'm very
Do
presidential.
you want to read
You-
it? I have it on my screen.
You want me to?
Is Matt presidential?
No, I don't want to read all that. That's too
I'll
long.
do it. Matt, do you want to do it?
It's getting a bit late.
Okay, I'll do it. I'm sorry, Grandpa. You can go to bed. Good morning. The PA doesn't work, so he turns it on. Good morning. In less than
I was like, this is turning into ASMR.
in less
isn't
than an
it?
hour, aircraft from here will join others around the world, and you will be launching the largest aerial battle in the history of mankind. Mankind. That word should have a new meaning for all of us today. We can't be consumed by our petty differences anymore. We will be united in our common interest. Perhaps it's fate that today is the 4th of July, and you will once again be fighting for our freedom. Not from any tyranny or oppression or persecution, but from annihilation. We are fighting for our right to live, to exist. And should we win the day, the 4th of July will no longer be an American holiday. But as the world declared in one voice, we will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. We are going to live on. We are going to survive. Today we celebrate our Independence Day. I will say this speech deserves to be in another movie. But not only does Bill Pullman tear the roof off with this, George W. Bush rips the speech off almost directly with the Bullhorn speech on 9/11. So after 9/11 happens, he gives a speech from the Oval Office, and then 3 days later he shows up and literally is standing on the rubble with a bullhorn, and he gives almost this exact same speech. And at one point, like, he even does the thing where the bullhorn isn't working right, and someone says, we can't hear you, and he goes, the world will hear you, and everyone cheers, and I'm like, it's this! Today the world will hear us. And first of all, two things. First, I remember seeing both that speech live. I didn't see this speech live because it's a movie.
It's fake.
But it's funny the way this plays out, because out of nowhere, then Bill Pullman goes, no, get me a flight suit because I'm going to fly a plane. And everyone's like, everyone except for Robert Loggia knows what's happening, and that's delightful.
I just love that everyone's like, yes, Mr. President, go ahead. Get into the fighter jet.
Which in my mind is like, maybe he'll die and someone who can actually make a decision is in charge. Because the whole time he's just been like, my God, think of the people. My wife's dead. Maybe I should leave our daughter an orphan. Like, the man is not great at anything.
Get you some help, boy.
Oh, God help me. Anyway, and I will say the last 30 minutes of this is just pure action, and it's delightful. And I mean, there's not much to say here other than watch the fucking movie. And I don't know how any of you watch it. Obviously, Keiko watched it on her phone, rather than coming down here and watching it on the TV.
I had the grandest of plans to watch it. We were going to show it to the kids, but I had 2 weeks worth of laundry to fold because last week for Mother's Day, I gave myself the gift of not folding laundry. So,
and the gift of having to do it later.
This week I had 2 weeks worth of laundry to fold.
That's the most Mother's Day of Mother's Day.
Yeah. So I watched Simpsons while I did that. And then I made my kids lunch. And then we had a birthday party. And then we were going to watch it after the birthday party, but I got back too late. So I know, but I wanted to show it to them. But I didn't get to. Can he?
I don't know.
We should alert him to this.
He said he was thinking about doing it, but he just got busy. So
that sounds like an engineer from Georgia Tech. He was thinking about science and didn't do it.
Wait, folding laundry is science?
It would seem that way, wouldn't it?
Oh, wow.
I did laundry too.
No, I mean, whatever. It's fine. It was just...
Now, Candace's unmentionables, I just left. She can mention them. I can't. They're unmentioned.
I knew it. You had that look in your eye.
That's what we call a runner, my friend.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's getting too late for Matt, so we should wrap this thing up. I will say, right as Randy Quaid is flying up into the magical sky clitoris, like the movie. Okay, so the president fires the first missile. It explodes on the side. Been there. And then they're like, I gotta try it one more time because I'm out of charisma and this is all I can say. Do you want me to amputate?
No.
Okay. And so what do? They fire a second time, it explodes, and we're like, ready to roll. And then we have a dogfight for about 20 minutes. Like it's cool.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And they literally blow up all these little like drone craft things and till they literally starting to run out of bullets, and they realize the one way to do it is to blow up their primary weapon, whatever it is.
I'd guess antimatter because, you crack that thing, it'll chain react.
Well, I mean, and more or less we're told that, all the energy is going to this thing. And I will say the thing I like about this is it's the reason I like Top Gun. They don't over-explain it. We're just like, look, the missiles have the word Fox in front of them. Who knows why? It's Fox 1, Fox 2, Fox 3.
It's a military thing.
But that's what I'm saying. We don't have to explain. Don't explain. If you are writing sci-fi, fantasy, action, don't explain. Just go for it. There's explosion. And the president, who is now just a fighter pilot, he goes, look, you guys have always told me I was just a handsome guy with military record. Someone else can make the decisions now. I just have to. There's one thing I can do. We don't have enough pilots. I can fly the plane. And he flies the plane. And then they're all out of missiles except for Randy Quaid. And he's like, let's plow the field. Doesn't mean anything to me. The movie knows it means something, right? They clear out all the aliens, and he shoots the thing, and it explodes because the missile is locked. He can't get it out, and it hits the space thing, and the whole spaceship crashes. You look proud that I didn't say clitoris that time. That's fine.
Have like a tally.
And meanwhile, Jeff Goldblum and Will Smith fire their nuclear weapon into the aliens' air traffic control after jacking their computer screen, so it's just like a skull and crossbones laughing.
Yeah, it's very funny because like the whole thing is they have the shade drawn. They're trying to escape. They can't escape, but that brings to the attention of the alien, and they hide. And this is like the coward's way out. They're hiding, and they're like, look, they're going to kill us. So they like the cigars because that's what you do when the fat lady sings. And I'll say, like, I've had cigars before. This made me want to have a cigar. Like, it's just very much like, God damn aliens. It's the 4th of July. Just take it. And the whole thing is Jeff Goldblum being this nebbishy, like, you keep obsessing with a fat lady. There's no fat lady. Let's go. And they get out of there. And he even gets his Jurassic Park line, which is must go faster, must go faster, must go faster.
Mm-hmm.
I almost wish he was shirtless and said chaos instead.
Me too.
I mean,
You were very quick on the draw for that. I don't blame you, by the way.
And then
I mean, I was just waiting for, right?
Just
he's
I'm just like, Jeff
a hot
Goldblum.
guy. He's a hot guy. I mean, because again, like, if you want your rugged fellow, you go for the Sam Neill. But if you want your sexy nerd, you gotta have your Jeff Gold.
You know I love a
I was
sexy
gonna
nerd.
say I have a type, so
Yeah.
So you're saying your husband went to the Georgia Institute of Technology? No, it's just like,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, all of the above. Check.
Just the Raptors, and you're like, oh, girl.
Raptors?
But anyway, Jurassic Park,
oh,
Raptors.
I was thinking Georgia Tech, and I was like, that's not their mascot.
No, it's a Ramblin' Wreck. Their mascot is literally a car.
Yeah. I was just wondering what I was liking about Raptors.
Oh no, the Raptors are the danger, and the fact that he survives.
Oh, he's saving me from Raptors. Oh,
No,
I misunderstood. I thought, okay.
because the
all right.
T-Rex tried to get him, but it's the Raptors who might kill him.
Yeah, okay, that's true.
Yeah, he's just shirtless, and he's like chaos, and you're like, girl, there's chaos in my pants. My pants are filled with chaos right now.
This is a very elaborate fantasy.
Anyway, so they launched the nuke because they're like, fuck, we're gonna die anyway. And when the nukes hits, it kills whatever poor like bureaucrat is in charge of, like whatever functionary is holding them on, and the spaceship gets loose, and he's like, "What's GTFO, guys? Let's get out of here."
Yep.
And now they're being chased through these spaceship. And here's the thing, again, good. Nothing is explained. It's all show, don't tell. There's different ships of different shapes and different sizes. There's angry aliens shaking their fists. No one cares. We're just getting out of here. And then all of a sudden, that nuke, where we see one alien look at it, hits 0 and blows up. And like, all of it, and by the way, the funny thing to me, at least, is that all of it is for us, the viewer, because, like, the pirate's showing up on the screen. They have no idea what's happening. Why is this thing laughing at us? We don't know what this is. But for Jeff Goldblum, it's a joke. Nailed it. Like, and then they survive. The shrapnel tears up the spaceship, so it crashes. They land on Earth. And at this point, Randy Quaid has blown it up. And the president goes, tell the world how to beat them, without any charisma at all. Bill Pullman's just, he's like toast, just shows up on screen.
I don't agree with you, but that's fine.
I mean, we can wrap it up with that.
Yeah.
But like, to me, I'm maybe uncharismatic is the wrong way to put it. He is stoic the whole time.
Yeah.
And everyone else is like, my God, Mr. President, what are we going to do? And he goes, I don't know. Well, whew. Anyway, so using the power of the telegram, Morse code, they tell, I presume, the French to just be like, you hold on to your croissants, but what you have to do is find the clitoris. And some countries just can't do it. And so the spaceship it survives. Will Smith and Alan Quartermain crash in the desert, and and they're smoking their cigars. And Judd Hirsch goes, "So this cigar here this is healthy?" And he goes, I could get used to smoking cigars. Smash cut to credits. Independence Day, America.
America.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. Oh, beautiful. Or spacious sky.
Why do we all look at Matt?
I don't know. I feel like it's like a rap battle, and I feel like he's been
Dun, 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 dun,
challenged.
dun, dun.
Okay, we need
My
a
name
rap
is President
battle
Whitmore.
yeah, like a wrap up
My
battle.
name is President Whitmore. There's a million things I haven't done, but I killed some aliens. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, Matt, you're the alien. Just kidding.
He's very quick to
Visual jokes on an audio podcast.
No one can see that except for us.
Let's start in a different order. I'll go first this time. This movie is a phenomenal sloppy mess. A bunch of characters that shouldn't fit together. It feels like a good family reunion or Christmas movie where the whole idea is utter chaos. Now, as a War of the Worlds movie, I'd put this near the top. Same basic premise. Things show up. It's weird. It's secret. And then, thanks to a virus, the aliens are defeated. The difference between this and, say, the Spielberg movie version is allows itself to have fun. This movie is very light on its feet despite its time. And because of that, we're allowed to have fun with the stupid characters. I shouldn't care about half of these people, but they make them endearing because of the characterism. And the fact that the First Lady dies being shocked that she's saved by a woman whose husband or fiance, who we see get married, steals a helicopter and flies to an Air Force, and she's dying because of being alien crushed, and his girlfriend is a stripper, and like that's so much backstory for people who don't matter at all to the plot. But we're here because we're in it to win it. This movie makes us care about everything. And the fact that Roland Emmerich has made 2 movies that feel like we deserve to care about them for our American Revolution is strange, but charming. This movie has nothing but charisma and charm. And if it were anything else, it falls apart. That's why it's not a masterpiece, but it is a good movie.
Well, I think I went in with the right attitude. I haven't seen this in ages. I couldn't tell you the last time I've seen it, but just went in and planned to just watch it, shut my brain off, just enjoy it. And it absolutely delivered. As long as you don't think about it too hard, it's great.
You're thinking about it. Don't think about it.
Exactly.
Matt?
It's a bit long, but it's good. I definitely recommend seeing it.
You do write about movies with like 1,500 word long articles, right?
Yeah.
It was very succinct.
Good talk. Keiko.
I think you should watch this movie with your family, and I think you should watch it on as big of a screen as possible. It is fun. It is fun to behold. Like, it's just a cool movie. It has that 90s charm that has such staying power. Watching it like feels nostalgic for anybody who saw it back then, but I feel like it's still a great watch for people who've never seen it before.
Yeah. Practical effects always feel good. Like, I mean, they didn't literally blow up the White House, but
they blew up something.
They blew up something.
It's a shame.
Just some guy with itchy arms is like, we can blow up something. They blew up something.
Something. Got something you can blow up.
They got something you can blow up. And dude, as I once said on a podcast previously, dude, bro, guy, they blew up something. Anyway, welcome to season 13, ladies and gentlemen. I can't believe we're still doing it.
Here we are.
We're still here, and guess what? I've played D&D. I've played Warhammer. This, my friends, is my Saturday nights. This is hanging out. This is doing a thing. This is preparing, and we love you for listening to it. Thanks for supporting us. If you support the ads that run on this, thank you too, because it helps pay for what we do. But in the end, we do it because you listen. We do it because you review. We do it because you share what we do. And if you're interested in choosing a movie for us, We have an Amazon page, and if you buy anything from that Amazon wish list, we not only will do an episode on it, but we will record a riff of us doing that movie and share it only with you.
Do look.
And once we do it, it's only for you. I'll send it to you in a version of the film where you can add it as an audio track or not. You can turn it on and off. Otherwise, you just get a regular version of the film. And we will thank you on the episode along with anything else you want to plug. Your blog, your band, your
ASMR
I
channel.
was gonna say.
your OnlyFans, your OnlyFeet account. I mean, you might have lovely
Only
feet.
friends.
What if you have like large feet knuckles?
My
you can make
dumbass
it
heard only feed, and I was thinking like chicken feed, and I was like, is this like an only farmers kind of thing?
It's just slowly
Anyway,
pouring.
hello.
Actually, pouring.
I have a Substack. It's
Pouring
called-
chicken feed is really satisfying. Have you guys ever done it before?
This is like a weird crossover. With
Oh my gosh,
ASMR
it's so
and-
satisfying. It's like great. Anyway, Matt's tired. We gotta go. I'll tell you about chicken feed later.
My most
Stay tuned.
satisfying summer job was
Keep listening.
If you want that chicken feed,
no, girl. I determined whether people lived or died. So, thanks for tuning in.
Wow.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for doing all you do to keep us relevant. Good night, everyone. Bye.
Myopia Movies is executive produced by Nick Hoffman and produced by Alex Ewalt, Keiko Childs, Matt Quinn, Nick Hoffman, and Noah Trinette. It is edited and engineered by Noah Trinette. The theme song is Surf Shimmy by Kevin MacLeod from Incomptech.com. Licensed under Creative Commons Attribution 3.0 license. All rights reserved. Thanks for listening.
I ain't heard no fat lady yet.